Welcome back, Ancestors Who Jumped, the narrative of Olaudah Equiano. One day when we had a smooth sea and moderate wind, two of my wearied countrymen who were chained together, I was near them at the time, preferring death to such a life of misery, somehow made it through the netting and jumped into the sea. Immediately another quite dejected fellow who, on account of his illness, was suffered to be out of irons, also followed their example, and I believe many more would very soon have done the same if they had not been prevented by the ship's crew, who were instantly alarmed. Those of us that were the most active were in a moment put down onto the deck, and there was such a noise and confusion amongst the people of the ship as I never heard before, to stop her and get the boat to go after the enslaved. However, two of the wretches were drowned, but they got the other and afterwards flogged him unmercifully for thus attempting to prefer death to slavery. Ancestors who were thrown overboard. Slavery was a lucrative business, so insurance companies covered the loss of enslaved people who drowned at sea. For example, in August 1781, the slave ship the Zong left Accra, Ghana, with 422 Africans, twice as many as should have been in the ship, en route to Jamaica. There's an outbreak of disease and a lack of water on the ship. The captain decided to capitalize on the insurance and chained and drowned 122 Africans over several days, and 10 other Africans jumped to their death. When the ship arrived in Black River, Jamaica, there were only 122 Africans aboard. When he returned to England, the captain, to make his claim, our Olaudah Equiano contacted an abolitionist, Granville Sharp, and they both worked to publicize the case, which served as a catalyst to the abolition movement. The lower court, answering the question of whether the cargo had been lost, on May 1783 ruled that the drowning of the enslaved African was the same as if horses had been thrown overboard. The insurance company, caring only not to pay, appealed in the upper court and won, not based on the humanity of the Africans, but due to the insufficient water on board. And as a result of the Zong case in 1788, a limit was placed on the number of humans to be held in a slave ship, and in 1807, the slave trade was abolished. Thank you for listening.